Hey, there it is.
There it is.
Hey. Oh, hey. Oh, hi. Hey, how's it going? My name's Mike. I'm in a band called Endless Mike in the Beagle Club. That's the band I'm in, but there's no band here at the moment. But these are Beagle Club songs. Mostly new, some maybe some old ones. Thanks for being here. This first one's called Going Up, and it is new-ish. Well, I don't even know where I first heard this. But if ever the elevator that you're standing in starts falling, if you time it right and jump at the last second, there's a chance you will survive. Though common sense might tell me that's not true. God forbid I ever find myself inside those falling shoes, with nothing left to lose. I wonder if I'd try it. At least I'd have a good story to tell. Believers go to heaven while the real ones go to hell, and that's something that you never learn in school. There are worse things than looking like a fool. I'm stumbling through a world beyond control. Turn on my TV to see these assholes storm the Capitol, and I just sat there thinking, bless my soul. I always thought it would be our side, while waiting for the cops to take the call, in sick anticipation of the cracking of their skulls. But of course that never happened after all. This was a hateful sea of white. To think we'd love our way out of this mess. Believers turn to anarchy and then they turn depressed. I used to think that we'd all save each other's souls. Guess there are worse things than looking like a fool. Oh, I can still remember watching Liz that time she tried to save a mouse that drowned inside a coffee cup. Sometimes when I think of that, it makes me give a nervous laugh. And other times, it makes me fall in love with the world again. So I guess I will run the risk of tempting fate. And when the elevator's falling, I will take my leap of faith. Thank you. I played that song for my brother, and he said it takes too long to get to being like positive, you know. So I'm gonna do this one that is positive the whole time in a everything's fucked. It has to be get in on the joke kind of way. This is called The Days of the Atom Bomb. Straw in the gold spinners, you're the big winners, and today looks like lottery day. God reached his hand down into that garbage disposal and he pulled out the orange peel attached to your name. There's no credit or craft that's gonna block out this draft. This is the rich man's Vietnam. One thing's for certain, there will be no versions in the days of the atom bomb. Now if you don't like the look of something, call it a lie until your lie starts to look like a fact. And if you don't like the taste, just spit it out on your plate. But the waitress this time, she ain't taking it back. Fate still rages over livable wages, kept frozen to keep the whole pyramid strong. There will be no relief in the microwave heat of the days of the atom bomb. Get your board of directors on the intercom. Take turns telling each other that you did nothing wrong. What's the harm in a little white lie? In the blink of an eye, it'll all be gone. This kingdom will come, we all will be done. On earth as it is, there'll be nowhere to run. We're living in the days of the atom bomb. We're living in the days of the atom bomb. And I never thought I'd live to see you, live to see the light. Forward momentum has a way of making everything alright. We're gonna rock around the doomsday clock tonight. 'Cause some things are black and white. I'm sorry, some things are black and white. And when there's nothing but cockroaches left, let's hope that they come up with something better than this. I thought I made a connection with a communist cutie on farmersonly.com. Before my greedy hands could reach her, she said, I won't be your teacher, your mistress, your mattress, your maid, or your mom. I said, our hearts, they got nothing to lose but their chains. She said, that's a pretty bourgeoisie, come on. Oh, come on, there's no game you could step up to save yourself from the days of the atom bomb. Madam Justice, she's a cruel mistress, and I think she's done with that whole rag thing over the eyes. She deserves her revenge. We deserve whatever she sends down from out of the sky. We made our own beds, loaded our own guns. Ready or not, here comes the day of two suns. We're living in the days of the atom bomb. We're living in the days of the atom bomb. Living in the days of the atom bomb. We're living in the days of the atom bomb. So come on, bring it on, bring it on. Come on, bring it on, bring it on. So come on, bring it on, bring it on. So come on, bring it on, bring it on. So come on, bring it on, bring it on. Come on, bring it on, bring it on. So come on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on. Thank you so much. This is a new one as well. Well, I love this part of town. It's got a certain kind of charm. It reminds me of my childhood while growing up on the farm. And by farm, I just mean parking lots that only sprouted shopping malls, where local stations left out Left Eye's verse when they played Waterfalls, where operators try to talk you out of placing long-distance calls. I took everything that taught me and I packed it in my car, alongside my naivete, my suitcase and guitar. I couldn't tell if they were listening to the words or melody. I couldn't tell if they connected or were even in the room with me. But I can tell you I got my money's worth, at least at all the shows I played for free. But I don't look down and I don't look back. How does anybody ever have the energy for that? Sometimes I wonder what I think of. I thought about After all these years, I'm still doing this act. After all these years, I'm still doing this act. I think about an open highway when I see an open sky, with nothing but my trials and tribulations passing by. And every time somebody's high beams hit my rear view, I reflect upon that classic urban legend, with the escaped lunatic hiding and waiting just behind me, while I never so much as suspect. It's not all good, and it's not all bad, that it's pretty much all I ever gave or ever had. Sometimes I think of what I'd wonder if I thought about the fact that after all these years, I'm still doing this act. That after all these years, I'm still doing this act. I was the oldest person ever when I walked back through my door. I laid down and dreamed a dream I'd dreamed 1,000 times before. I'm standing in an ancient forest that was never touched by man. I see a mighty tree lying there where no one heard it land, and I applaud its effort with the clapping of one hand. And the sound we make, or that we may not make, is like the sound of the world's best band.
Yeah.
How are you, man? Feeling okay?
So,
It's nice to see you. It's nice to be seen. Thanks for having me. Let's see here. This goes like this. You know, I brought this not to play it. I once knew a girl too strong to complain when it all went wrong. She'd just cut off all her hair and refuse to eat for days. I was selfish in my kindness when I asked her to stay blind to this. She cut me completely from her life. Sad to say, but when I think of her these days, only the heartache comes to mind, and her voice is only quiet when I hear myself deny that she was once the biggest part of my life. When we met, I was an actor. I was a poet and an overreactor. Oh, but more than anything, I was the singer in a band. We worked hard at being unprofessional. We were violent and over-emotional. We were the only thing that I cared about at all. And though it's been years, there's still a ringing in my ears. And when this God-shaped hole inside me opens wide, I remember every part of every single song by heart, 'cause it was once the biggest part of my life. Last night I had a dream. I saw a blinding light singer and a guitar player, a husband and a brother, and a father and a son, as a selfish freedom fighter, as an autobiography writer who doesn't need to explain himself to anyone. And if you have to choose, if you have to pick just one to keep with you, don't let me know what you decide. Leave these pictures on the shelf I think it's worth it. Falling into the great unknown. Screaming at strangers so I don't feel so alone. I think we just might have the band to do it. We just might have the plan to do it. I just might take a stand and say screw it. Come on, do your worst. I think it just might be insane enough to work. I'm not in it for fortune and fame. I'm not in it to make a name. I'm not here to stake my claim. No, I'm just here to fan the flames. Go out of the frying pan and into the fire pit, off of the anvil and into the fire. Out of the frying pan, into the fire pit, out of the fire, and into rock and roll bullshit. Rock and roll bullshit. Oh, I didn't know, if every time I'm like, I think I might want to call it. I think I might be done, playing. and then I play. Then it's like, you want to play the show, sure. But I don't know. I seem to keep coming back to it. And I don't know. I'm glad that I did tonight. So thanks for being here. I want to play you one more. It's funny too, I think. Black Eyed Fox is next, followed by Nathan Gray. How wonderful. You're in for a great night. This is called the comment section. It's more old man shaking his fist at a clock. I'll take it. Sweet Jesus, please lead us not into the internet, away from all the ugliness and the bitterness that breeds in it. Well, I'm over it, I'm leaving it, I'm never coming back again. Forever and ever, amen, till I'm back again. My friends, they try to tell me not to let it get to me. Words on a screen are not the same thing as reality. But the irony is they only ever say this via text. Well, I guess that's just as close as we get. So what's next? I'm 35 years old and ready for retirement. But then again, I'm finally old enough to run for president. But oh hell no, hell with the chief. I get no relief in having no belief in anything good underneath a backlit sun. So hey Janie, wait, I know that it's too late, but I just want to say again that I want to walk away from this. But then again, oh, where would I run to when I'm the only one whose world keeps getting smaller and a whole lot less fun too? I want to reclaim it, I want to pose the question, but I don't know how to frame it. I want to scream and shout about it all, but I don't know how to name it, explain it. Sadly, There's been a real decline in hanging deaths. We're gonna need a longer rope than Jaws. So I put my foot down, try to make a stand, but the next thing that I know, I put my book down and I look down and I see that my hand is connected to a smartphone. Oh no, this is the normalization of the fetishization of an intellectual and moral self-flagellation. If you want to maintain even a fraction of affection for humanity, listen, follow this simple direction. Never read the comment section. For you, if you ever cited someone else's kindness as an insult, or you whined about dependency while you were living in a gestalt, you're frying my brain like an egg on the asphalt. I wanna wrap my hands around your throat and squeeze it like a stress ball, but it's all good. The sociologist in me kinda sorta finds it fascinating to see the freedom-loving patriots and fascists sitting in a bigotry. D-I-S-M-I-S-S-I-N-G, all the facts. It's a fact that in this day and age with information and education just a Wi-Fi away, that at this point ignorance is no longer ignorant, it's a choice. At this point ignorance is a choice, so no mercy. And if at some point you hear my voice, if for some strange reason you hear me, please, 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 please let this be the one and only thing you get out of it. You can be scum if you want, but at least don't be proud of it. Thank you. Come say hi. I have some CDs if you want one, or you can go on the band, Endless Mike, Lincoln Club, etc. Let's do it.
Do it.
Just need someone to get someone to come.